Good morning. I cannot believe it is already August 1st. So, there is a challenge that Three Rivers Homestead does every year, and it's called the Every Bit Counts Challenge. So what you do is for the whole month of August, every single day you preserve something. Whether you're freezing it, canning it, it can be water bath or pressure canning, dehydrating, if you have a freeze dryer, freeze drying it, any different way that you can preserve something, but you do something every single day for the month of August. And it doesn't have to be big batches. So, and you can actually go to the Three Rivers Homestead YouTube, and she explains it probably, well, obviously a lot better than I'm going to, but when you have a really busy life, like I work a full-time job, plus I have the farm, it's hard to find those days where you can just get big batches of things done. And she's got 7 children, the 8th baby on the way. She homeschools her kids, so she has a really busy life, and so trying to find those days where you can do huge batches of things are just really hard. So if you just do a little bit of something each day, by the end of the month you've preserved a lot. Like I said, whether it's freezing or fermenting or dehydrating. And it actually couldn't have come at a better time, because my garden, like my basil, my parsley and cilantro, those are all just exploding. And I've got to get something done with them. But my dehydrator has been taken up for almost a week now, doing the feet from the chicken, because we processed 36 birds, I believe, for meat, but the chicken feet, I feed these to my dogs as a treat, and they're full of like glucosamine and stuff, and they're really good, especially because I have an old dog that his hips are really bad. So these really help with his joints, but these take like almost a week to fully dry, and the way I tell is I usually will, feel the tendons and see it's crunchy. And I know it sounds horrible, but if you can like break a toe and make sure it's dry inside of there. I know that sounded really bad. I wish I could have showed you all how we process our chickens. Unfortunately, YouTube does not allow that type of graphic video on there. There are, well, years ago, there was people that were able to show it, and I think YouTube just kind of put a stop to it, because I don't even know if you can find videos like that anymore. I haven't even looked, to be honest with you. But I just dehydrate all of the feet for my dogs, and I just keep these in the pantry after they're fully dry. So, but I have needed my trays for my dehydrator to do the Every Bit Counts Challenge. So this, like I said, couldn't have come at a better time. A couple books that I recommend. I'm not sponsored by them in any way. These are just ones that I use. They're kind of my go-to books. One of them is called Fermented Vegetables, and it is by Kristen K. Shockey and Christopher Shockey. And it's got a lot of pictures and, different snacks, things you can pickle. But it's a whole book on fermenting vegetables and stuff. So that one is a really good one if you want to get into fermentation. And then for canning, even though there's a lot of videos out there on how to can, whether it's pressure canning, water bath, I have the same, I have a lot of the videos out as well. I still always recommend making sure you have a good canning book. See, these two are not going to fit, so I guess the dogs will have to get a treat. A good canning book to follow the recipes that are in the canning book, as well as your canner, depending on which one you have, should come with, a book. You want to make sure you're processing for the right time, on the right jars, according to your level, like what altitude you're at, because if you're at sea level, it's going to be different than where I'm at. So, Barry, Toby, I don't know if you'll be able to see him. I'll come back here. Come here, guys. Over here. Come here. Sit. Where's your manners? Get it. So that'll make them happy. But make sure that you guys, have some good books on hand. A lot of people use the internet to look up recipes, but, I always recommend having paper copies on hand. So hopefully you guys will join us or join the 3 Rivers Challenge that she does on the Every Bit Counts Challenge. And if you want to join in and you want to document what you're doing, then you just, in your title line, you just put the hashtag everybitcounts challenge, and then you're able to see other videos about what other people are doing. I'm not going to post daily. I will post weekly of what I did for the week, just because I do have a lot going on. But even if you just, water bath like 5 jars that day, or you dehydrate, 5 trays, just even if it's just little amounts, preserving a little bit every single day. By the end of August, you're going to have just so much done. And with August, a lot of the gardens are full swing, everything's coming out of them. So I think this is going to be a really good way for me to stay on track, to make sure that I do not let any of our harvest go to waste and everything gets processed in the time that it needs to be processed, whether I'm freezing it or whatever. So hopefully you guys will join this challenge and, document it. Interested to watch everybody else's videos, and we'll see you through this next month.